Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, today we're diving right into a fascinating breakdown of a highly specialized culinary gadget, one where every single millimeter is designed with a very specific purpose. If you've ever stared at an unusual kitchen tool and wondered, exactly why it's shaped the way it is, well, you are absolutely going to love this visual teardown. So, to really understand the hyper-specific design of the tool we're looking at today, we first got to ask a crucial question about the physical challenge of dealing with tough, overlapping fish scales. Think about it. You have to completely remove this literal suit of armor to prepare the food, but you have to do it without crushing or tearing the super delicate, valuable flesh underneath. It's kind of like a unique, high-stakes physical puzzle. How exactly do you beat the armor without destroying the prize? Part 1. The Whole Fish Challenge. Before analyzing the scaler, we must face the battlefield. Just look at the environment we're working in here. We've got a whole fish resting directly on a wooden cutting board with a small patch of scales already scraped away. And this perfectly exposes our problem, right? It reveals the raw flesh and really highlights the stark contrast between that tough, protective outer layer of scales and the vulnerable meat we're trying to get to. The task is messy, it's slippery, and for sure, it requires absolute precision. Part 2. The Specialized Solution. Human ingenuity steps in to solve the exact whole fish problem. Enter the solution. What you're seeing are two identical, highly specialized stainless steel scaling tools resting right next to the catch, completely ready for action. Now, these aren't standard knives, and they definitely aren't standard vegetable peelers. Just by looking at them resting on that wooden board, you can clearly see they're bold, industrial-looking instruments. They're crafted specifically to bridge the gap between that armored fish and a ready-to-cook meal. They are purpose-built for exactly one job. Part 3. Anatomy of the teeth. Zooming in on the head to dissect its scale-defeating mechanics. Look closely at that deliberate, almost aggressive pattern of jagged triangular edges. They're arranged in these alternating rows along a flat, folded metal base. But honestly, the true genius here is that open, hollow center channel running right between those rows of teeth. It's designed specifically to catch and lift those tough scales without clogging up the tool. Think about it for a second. If that center was just solid metal, the scales would pile up instantly, and the tool would just slide around uselessly over the surface. That hollow space gives the debris somewhere to go, keeping the jagged edges constantly engaged with the armor. By reverse engineering this design, we can easily trace the exact physical steps you'd take to use the scaler effectively. First, you grip that smooth, cylindrical handle firmly. Second, you drag those jagged teeth heavily against the grain of the fish scales. And finally, you allow the removed scales to pass harmlessly through that hollow center. The physical form of the tool dictates the action perfectly. It's practically guiding the user's hand without them even realizing it. Part 4. Ergonomics and material. The material choice is just as important as the sharpness. Now, the completely solid stainless steel construction actually tells a very specific story here. It tells us this is a tool built for high-pressure scraping. Plastic would absolutely snap or bend under the sheer force needed to dislodge tough scales. Plus, solid stainless steel allows for incredibly easy sanitization and guaranteed longevity in a wet, messy kitchen environment. I mean, it won't rust, it won't hold odors, and it's built to withstand a literal lifetime of heavy culinary use. Notice the smooth, cylindrical handle here. It provides a solid, comfortable grip against all that heavy resistance from the scales. And look right at the top. It finishes in a simple, built-in metal loop. Honestly, this is a brilliant touch for easy hanging storage. It keeps those jagged teeth safely out of dark, cluttered drawers and lets the tool air dry completely after being washed. It's a minor detail, sure, but it drastically improves the daily user experience. This is literally a textbook example of ergonomics in action. Preparing multiple fish creates immense physical resistance, right? Well, the handle is specifically shaped to save your hands from the extreme fatigue and cramping that would inevitably happen if you were gripping a flat or, say, awkwardly shaped tool. It just goes to show that user comfort isn't just some afterthought. It is an absolutely essential part of the design process to ensure real-world efficiency. As we wrap up this explainer, I'm going to leave you with a final thought to ponder next time you're cooking. Does the sheer efficiency of a perfectly designed, single-purpose tool like this scaler actually outweigh the clutter of a drawer full of gadgets? Because when a tool is engineered this well to do exactly one job, it just might be the most valuable thing in your kitchen. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and remember to keep questioning the clever design of the world around you.